Today is Sunday, May 10th, 2020, Mother's Day in the United States, at about 2:45 in the afternoon here in lovely Humboldt County. The sun has just recently come out. It was pretty overcast for most of this morning and this early afternoon, but the sun is now out and it is quite warm. The official reading is 59 degrees, but I think now that the sun is out, it's actually probably closer to 62 or 63. So it's quite warm, very pleasant. It's warm May sunshine, good spring day. And today I'm just going to be looking in this hive here and seeing if they have eggs. If they do, I'm going to close them back up and call it a day. If they don't, I'm going to crack open big hive, take a frame of eggs, and stick it in there. Last time I was in this hive was last week, and the video got kind of messed up because I realized that my phone only takes 33 minutes and 11 seconds at a time, and then it splits a video. So if I don't have enough space on my phone, which was the case last week, it just stops. And then I ran out of space on my phone, so the video is all messed up, and haven't even uploaded it yet, and I don't know if I'm going to, but in some of last week, I went through both hives, found no eggs in the split, found plenty of eggs, brood, the queen, all that stuff, the whole bit in there. And then that one up there, a swarm is officially moved in. I've seen bees moving in with pollen and stuff. So all I really care about is whether there are eggs in this small hive or not. So that's what I'm going to do. I don't have my smoker because I am lazy and a bad beekeeper, but I'm hoping to be in and out of here before too long. I say that with a grain of salt. So I'm going to go ahead and put my gloves on and just dive right on in and hopefully find some eggs today. That's the goal. And if I don't, then I'll just keep going. So I think that's lined up. Looks okay. My phone, actually, on Friday, I was riding my bike to work on Friday, and on the way home, I was going down a hill, and I hit a bump, and my phone came out of the little case thing that I had and hit the ground, asphalt, and I was going probably, I don't know, 20 miles an hour or so. So, smashed it pretty good. The screen protector that I had was just completely destroyed. There's a bit of a shatter on the bottom right hand side of the screen, so it still works, but now there's that damage on it. So that's not fun. Hopefully I do not have to replace my phone. The point of the story is that hopefully the video works. So far it seems alright. Okay, so let's open this up, see what we can see. Hopefully the bees will not be too upset at me. As you can see, there's plenty of activity. I've seen drones flying around. There's bees actively bringing pollen into this hive. So on the outside, everything looks fine, but it's just the outside. Let's see the inside. So straight off, I can see drones hanging around in there. One thing I forgot to say. I did put in a frame of some eggs with captive drone brood, so that's probably probably where the drones came from. But there was also some worker brood sealed in there, and some eggs, young larvae, worker larvae, and all that. So I did put that in there last week. So if they are still queenless, then I would expect to see queen cells on that frame. I can't remember which one it was. I'll find it. Now this outside frame here is in here pretty darn snug. It's been giving me trouble the last few times I've opened this hive, just because of how tight it is in there. And that can be a problem just because of how difficult it can be to remove that outside frame. And it's just annoying. It makes it harder than it has to be. So the solution is to run either 9 frames or 8 frames. Some people will do one or the other. As I said before, I'm now considering within the next year or two, we'll see, converting to mediums only. But I kind of like having deep brood nests, just because there's, I think, 50% extra space on a deep frame than there is on a medium frame, which is cool for a brood nest. But when they fill those with honey, whew, that makes for a heavy box. A full deep full of honey is about 100 pounds, which is for European folks a little less than 200 kilos, I think. Or is it 50 kilos? I can't remember what the conversion factor. I think 50 kilos. Closer to 50 kilos. So it's pretty darn heavy. I'm trying to lift one of these full deeps. And it's full of honey. And it's full of just brood. It's not too bad, because obviously it doesn't weigh as much. Oops, I just smashed some. Sorry. Okay. There's just the honey frame. They're working on it. They're filling it, actually. There's some uncapped honey here on this side and on this side too. So they're filling it. There's the blackberries, which is like the main nectar flow for the year. Those are all starting to bloom. And the California native blackberries bloom first, and then the Himalayan blackberries bloom after that. But the California ones are starting to bloom now. So they're getting lots of nectar. This is another honey frame full of uncured honey. And more honey. Another thing that I saw last time I was in here is they had been working on polishing up the cells near the center of the brood nest. I see royal jelly in these cells. I don't see. Oh, there are eggs. I see eggs. Yep, definitely eggs. Awesome. Alright, so that's it. That's all I was looking for. Short video today. Maybe the queen's on this frame. I looked pretty thoroughly last time I was in this hive, and for the life of me, I could not spot the queen. And my guess was she had been out on a mating flight. I don't know if that's true or not. It was a nice day last week. It could have been, but I also think it was also too many days. Like I don't think it would have been enough time, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But yeah, that's it. Found eggs. There's plenty of pollen. There's plenty of honey. This is now a successful split. Awesome. So now what I'm going to do next week, put this back. Next week, what I'm going to do is bust out my long Langstroth, the big one, and then what I'm going to do is make a nice, I think I'm just going to make a queenless, another queenless split with just capped brood. No, I don't want to find any eggs or anything. I just want capped brood, and I want stores, and then what I want to do is then try my hand at grafting. So that's the goal for next time. So try grafting. That's going to be, that's a big one. Last time I tried it was 2 years ago, I want to say. I think it was 2018 I tried, and it was not successful at all. Didn't even get a single one to take. So hopefully I will have better luck this year, because what I want to do is expand a little bit, not too much. I just want five full-size hives, which is as close to 5 as I can get, so that every time I go into winter, I will have 5 full-size hives going into winter each year, so that if I lose, 2, 3, or 4, I'll still be able to come back. Last winter I went into winter with 4, came out with 1. So, pretty high loss rate. But this hive is a split from this one, so this is the one that made it. And they're pretty good bees. Nice producers. Fairly gentle. And just they build up nice and fast. Of course, having them acclimated to the local climate. So these are all locally raised and mated queens. So all good things. I think it's Solomon Parker, who's a prominent treatment-free beekeeper. He says, and this has been repeated by many people, that all beekeeping is local. That's true. if you can get local queens, make your own queens. Then you should do it. The goal of every beekeeper should be to make their operation sustainable without having to rely on external suppliers for stuff. I mean, I can understand buying equipment, because if you don't have power tools or whatever, then you can just buy stuff. But if you can make your own stuff, that's fun. Making that long drive was a lot of fun. Dogs are barking. So anyway, that's it for today. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope everybody has a good Mother's Day. And I will hopefully be back next week. Alright, take care everybody.